boys and girls, I do see a few young ones here, the kind that Bapu would have loved, Mahatma Gandhi would have loved to interact with. A very good evening to you all, buenas tardes, and welcome to the Embassy Auditorium on the occasion of the 145th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi cannot be described in a few words. Albert Einstein said on Mahatma Gandhi's 70th birthday that the world will scarcely believe, generations will scarcely believe that such a man in flesh and blood walked upon this earth. Mahatma Gandhi, who we call affectionately Bapu or father, is the father of the nation in India. Mahatma Gandhi gave to India the strength to achieve freedom from the shackles of colonialism. And he did this not through the sword, not through the barrel of a gun, but through the power of conviction, through the power of truth and non-violence, values that he referred to as very dear to his heart, what we know in India as Satya, that is truth, and Ahimsa, that is non-violence. Mahatma Gandhi never visited Mexico, but Mahatma Gandhi is present today in Mexico, and I should say he is the best known Indian in Mexico. His statue is present on Avenida Mahatma Gandhi in Mexico City, as well as on the main avenue in Acapulco. His bust is to be seen on the main street in Guadalajara. And I'm happy to tell you that with the support of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, I gifted earlier this year to the Universidad de Matehuala, the University of Matehuala in San Luis Potosi, a bust of Mahatma Gandhi. In the hope and expectation that Mahatma Gandhi, through his presence amongst the youth of Mexico, will inspire generations to come with the values of Satya and Ahimsa, truth and non-violence. But one of the other values that Mahatma Gandhi held very dear to his heart was cleanliness. And these are simple things to which Mahatma Gandhi attached great importance. He also felt that it was simple things that made a nation great. And cleanliness, he felt, was next to godliness. I'm happy to tell you that in India there have been tremendous changes earlier this year, and in May a new government has come to power at the federal level under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. And the government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi has begun on October 2, this very day, the 145th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, a day which has been declared by the United Nations as the International Day of Non-Violence, in recognition of the fact that Mahatma Gandhi is no longer just an Indian icon, but he is the patrimony of the entire world. In recognition of that fact, and taking a cue from something that was very dear to Mahatma Gandhi's own values and ideals, a very major program was launched in India today, and it is called the Clean India Campaign, in Hindi known as the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. And the idea is that the 1.2 billion people of India will give at least 2 hours of their free time every week by way of voluntary labor or voluntary service. That is about 100 hours over a full year to clean up the country. And anything is possible with people power, with the participation of 1.2 billion people. And the Prime Minister himself, the entire cabinet at the federal level, all the senior officials, all the politicians, all the members of parliament, not just at the federal level but also people at the state level today picked up brooms, went out onto the streets and picked up rubbish and garbage wherever they saw it. And this is not a one-off event. The idea is to continue to practice this in daily lives. And this is something that we can attribute to the power of Mahatma Gandhi's ideals and values. Mahatma Gandhi was a man far ahead of his times. He spoke of gender equality between men and women long before it became the mantra in the West. Mahatma Gandhi always felt that human beings were equal. At the heart of his argument was that human beings cannot be treated differently. They cannot be discriminated against on account of either their color, creed, caste, gender, religion, nationality, or whatever. And the government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi must be commended, and I'm a part of that, for having 25% of cabinet ministers who are women. There is also a bill pending before the lower house of parliament which aims to reserve 33% of seats in parliament, hopefully one day, for women. Mahatma Gandhi was also a person far ahead of his times in terms of thinking about the environment. And this was before the age of unbridled consumerism, which came in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and continues even today. And he said that the earth has enough to meet everyone's needs, but not everyone's greed. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi's values and ideals are very close to Mahatma Gandhi's. He has spoken of reviving manufacturing in India, of reviving Indian industry, under the twin banners of zero defect, zero effect. By zero defect, he means that the quality of Indian products will be so good that they can compete not only in the domestic market but also internationally. But when he says that India's manufacturing sector, through the Make in India campaign, should be revived, the other twin mantra of zero effect speaks about the environment. It means that when you manufacture, when you industrialize, when you progress in society, you do not damage the environment. And that, I think, is a very Gandhian value. Mahatma Gandhi also spoke about development and said that the true development of India will not take place until India's villages are developed. For the large part of India lives in its villages. Even today we have roughly 68% of our population of 1.2 billion people that resides in the villages of India. So when the new government speaks of implementing the Make in India program, which is all about reviving manufacturing, reviving industry, creating employment in India, the new government is also referring to a fundamental Gandhi value, the Gandhian value of bringing development and prosperity to every village in India. This is extremely important. I therefore feel that there is much that we can learn by simply imbibing these values of truth, non-violence, of gender equality, of protecting the environment, of valuing our cultural heritage, of making sure that future generations inculcate the right values which takes nations onto the path of peace, prosperity and progress for all. I want to congratulate the Gurudev Tagore Indian Cultural Center for organizing this evening's event, for putting together a program which will showcase a film titled Gandhi and Mexico, created by Mrs. Sonia Deoto. She represents Ora World Mandala, which is a Gandhian organization, a Gandhian NGO, and she also represents the Gujarat Vidyapeeth in Gujarat, Mahatma Gandhi's home state, my home state, the Prime Minister's home state. And this film will tell you something about the message that Gandhiji's values has for Mexico today. There are others present today who will be contributing. I know Mrs. Alka Singh, you are going to be reciting a poem on Gandhiji. Professor Yogendra Sharma and his students are putting up short skits on Mahatma Gandhi. And I think this will enable us to appreciate Mahatma Gandhi and his values, and to ensure that we take his message out to a much wider audience. Once again, thank you all for turning up this evening, and I hope you enjoy and understand the message that we are trying to convey through this evening's program. Thank you again. Namaste.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us the message of Mahatma Gandhi.